This is a quick mid-level update. I wanted to do this update since my audio broke and wasn't working for the last several videos, so I wanted to just explain a few things that I've done. The first thing I've done is after completing the Legendary Cogs saga, is I purchased a Syrian weapon, and this gives me adamantine bypass. So I took the bypass adamantine feat at level 26, and that was very useful against iron golems and other enemies. But now that I have this weapon, I went and swapped that out using my free feat exchange from running the Hall of Mark quest to cold iron bypass. Since I didn't have a way to bypass cold iron, and there was a few enemies in the cogs that required cold iron, and my damage was really terrible against them. So now I have bypass for silver in my main weapon, adamantine in my new legendary Cyranian weapon, and then I purchased this Biask Maul level 22 from the auction house this morning. That is not a great weapon, but it bypasses Biask. So if I run into a Biask enemy, so I could bypass most DR breakers in the game. The only thing I can't bypass is adamantine plus bludgeoning being required, which I think might only be clay golems. So that will still be an issue, but I don't think I'll run into any more of those this level. I also ran in wanted to experiment running in Unyielding Sentinel, and that went pretty well. I almost think more important than Unyielding Sentinel is this twist of Meld into Darkness. I earned enough fate points to twist this in, and it's been very useful. It gives me a 15-second 100% dodge, which means I'm effectively immune to physical damage for 15 seconds, and I've used that quite a bit. So a couple of the Cogs quest, I used this Meld into Darkness before going into a room with a lot of archers, grabbed aggro, and then the party and I wiped out a good chunk of the room in that 15 seconds to where the damage was manageable. And so I'll keep that even if I switch back to Fear of the Wild, which I plan to do for some of the quests. And I also plan on switching to Divine Crusader at some point and leveling that up. And the reason is that we're planning to run Mark of Death, and Mark of Death has a mechanic where the boss will turn you to stone. And in a 12-person raid, it's not a big deal. There's an in-game item that can be used to undo that, but we're going to three-man it, and so with three people, getting that petrification is pretty rough. So I'm going to switch to this destiny for that raid only, or I'll run a little bit in questing to build up to this level, and then I'll run this destiny in that raid, and plus just see how it works overall. I expect it to be pretty good, and it has some nice self-healing in it with this consecration and some damage debuffing with once you get to tier 4 with Crusade for the whole party. So that is the mid-level 30 update. I really apologize for the audio problems that I had. I was in a party, so I was basically recording the videos and uploading them real quickly and didn't have time to check out and test the videos. And so my audio problem is now corrected, and I apologize for posting so many videos without audio.